First off, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Second, I'm going to make this real quick. I am at work, if you can't tell by the background. And it's a convenience store. So, first I want to say I learned a lot of interesting facts and stuff like that. I have my own opinions on what takes a leader, but a lot of this was a very easy sum it up. The 5 key attributes to being a good leader. First is having a vision. If you have no idea where you want to go, how can you lead anybody? And that's pretty much the gist of what I can put on that one. But yeah, know where you want to go, have an idea of how to get there, and that leads to the second key point of have a plan, because you can have an idea and a vision all you want, but if you do not have a plan in place, or at least an idea of how to get to your end goal, how can you expect people to follow you where you're going if you don't know where you want to go? Just say it. Lead by example, and this is a simple one, and a lot of these next ones kind of enforce one of my core values that I carry with me on a daily basis. I don't care what your religious preference is, I don't care what your sexual orientation is, I don't care what your race is, I don't care anything about anybody except who they are. Who you are makes the difference to me. And in my opinion, everybody should just put their differences aside and follow the core value of every single thing in the world, which all comes back to just be a decent human being. But lead by example, which means do the things and do things how you would want someone else to do them. If you take shortcuts, how can you expect those who follow you and look up to you not to? If you don't give your wholeheartedness, how can you expect anybody else to? If you are stepping on people to get where you want to go and ruining people's lives, how can you expect those who follow you not to repeat that behavior? Monkey see, monkey do kind of thing. Hold yourself accountable and hold other people accountable. That's a really big deal. A lot of people nowadays, I'm sorry I'm a bit old-fashioned, I can come across very direct, and that's just who I am. But I hold myself accountable every day. If I make a mistake, I own up to it. I made a mistake. I did this. Nobody has to call me out on it. I say it. I made a mistake. And accountability is lacking in our society nowadays. And it's very disappointing, because accountability and being able to own your mistakes is a very big character builder. Not even a characteristic that you must have, which I think is something that we should be teaching our children, but how can you find yourself if you don't own up to your mistakes? Your mistakes and what you learn from them, they curve you and help create your personality, but also create who you are. And the last one is core values, and I loved Coach Holt's keep it simple. When I hear core values, sometimes I immediately go to religion. And religion is such a hot button topic that I don't mind discussing it. I'm one of those people where I'm open to listening to you if you listen to me kind of thing, but there's also that whole in your face, you must convert, and believe me, if you don't, you're not a good person. And those are the people that I hate having that discussion with, because it's not healthy to be that way. People are different. We were made different. We should be different. So I love how it's do what's right, do what's best, do your best, and care about one another. Just be a decent human being. And one person in my life that was always this way was my grandmother. She always led by example. She had no hesitation she was 5'4", had no problem climbing my grandfather, who was 6'7", and beating his butt all the way up until the day she died. She was a wonderful woman. She was always there for everybody. She taught me how to be a good woman, but also taught me that my gender was not to hold me back. It was supposed to strengthen me. And I miss her every day of my life. She is a truly wonderful person, and the world is lesser without her. Thank you.